Hey gang, quick check-in. New hat, right? Throwing you guys for a loop. I don't know, just figured I'd change it up. It's almost foggy enough out here to get away with a hat like this, but not really. Mainly it's just too obscure that I haven't cut my hair yet. That'll happen today. But anybody who followed me on Instagram stories knows I was talking about getting the face trimmed up, got that covered. Anyways, quick check-in. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram stories, you're missing out because there's fun stuff going on over there. But it was just talking on Instagram stories about habits, daily habits. And you guys know I'm a huge purveyor of habits. And without them, I'd be lost. I wouldn't get nearly the stuff accomplished. And I wouldn't create that kind of like that consistent ascension, if you will, of like getting towards what I want to get towards, goals, dreams, accomplishments, things like that. The way you get there, guys, is not some magical, crazy, amazing, complex, overwhelming thing. The way you get there is through simple little steps that you take every single day. That's the secret. If there is a secret to any of it, it's the every single day part, right? So every day you got to figure out what it is that you're trying to get to, and you got to make sure that things you're doing during the course of that day align to that stuff that you want to get to. So for me, every AM, like I've got health goals, so every AM I have my green smoothie. You guys have probably seen that. And I head to the gym, do my protein shake. That's kind of like on my health side of things. Once I've got that stuff out of the way, I know I've had my smoothie with my vegetables and my fruit, and I've had my protein shake and stuff that's gonna help me like keep the bod together. I've hit the gym, I've hit the cardio, I've hit the weights, so I know that that side of things are good. Then all I have to do is like manage myself for the rest of the day and eat like some pretty decent stuff, salad and stuff like that if I can. And then I've got intellectual goals, right? So then there's reading every day, every morning, intellectual slash kind of like psychological, spiritual goals. So the reading isn't just to, build the intellect, it's also build the mind, the heart, and expand everything. So every morning involves reading, dedicated, at least an hour towards reading and studying, usually considerably more, but an hour to reading. And then there's blogs I follow that I always check in on, certain Instagram and Facebook feeds, things like that, people that are always posting up stuff that's inspirational and motivational and insightful and practical and applicable and all that stuff. Not just motivational like rah rah, like go do it, but guys that are actually doing it, and or ladies that are actually doing it, and that can encourage me to like grab a little of their fire and run with it. So I just wanted to share with you guys, like anybody out there who's trying to get it done, anybody out there who's trying to make some great stuff happen, I don't care what it is, whether it's dog training, business building, your own personal business, family, health goals, personal goals, whatever it is, man, there's no freaking secret to this stuff. That's the secret. The secret is there is no secret. Maybe that'll be the title of this. The secret is there is no secret except consistent, continuous effort. And if there's one thing that's hard for human beings, is consistent, continual effort. Maybe that's why it's a secret. Maybe that's why it's so elusive. Maybe that's why it's so hard. Maybe that's why such a small handful of people actually get where they want to go or where they want to get to. So whatever it is, you guys, that you're trying to get to, just take little steps every day towards it. Best thing you can do is make sure you've got goals written down so you can actually like really connect the dots and make sure that what you are doing is connected or is leading you in the direction of that stuff you want to get to. So for me, every day I've got a pad of to-do stuff. I've got an annual goal list, but I also have a to-do list for stuff like, both mundane things and not mundane things, but like stuff that needs to get done in the next few days. But at the top of that list, right at the top of the to-do list, most people just have their to-do list, but at the top of my to-do list I have 6 things, and those 6 things are big goals that I want to knock out, that are really important to my life. And I won't tell you what they are exactly, it's my business, But those 6 goals, I make sure that there's stuff written down on the to-do list, both the mundane stuff that's got to, like, you got to get to the dry cleaner and you got to wash your car and whatever, but the other stuff that's also on the to-do list has to speak to those bigger goals up there and has to make sure that they align to those bigger goals to make sure that I'm moving incrementally towards those goals, because I know that those goals are also in alignment with my bigger annual goals that I've gotten written down in a big book somewhere that's top secret. So I think that's a cool hack for you guys, to do not just a to-do list, but have a reminder at the top of your to-do list of, you could have 1 goal, you could have 3 goals, you could have 6 goals. I'd try not make it too overwhelming to where you're like freaked out by it, but make sure it's enough stuff that inspires you, excites you, and stuff that you really want to knock out and get done, right? So like I said, 6 for me is about like where I reach my limit, because I don't want to get overwhelmed by like, yeah, I want it all. Of course, there's so many things that I want to get accomplished, but you have to have focus. You have to have a certain amount of like keeping things limited to where you can actually make progress by keeping that focus, maintaining that focus. So that's a little hack. So a couple things I guess I shared in this, besides my cool new hat, is that the secret is that there is no secret. It's continuous, consistent effort taken daily in small little bite-sized increments that move you ever so slightly towards what you want to get towards. And then my to-do list, hopefully that helps you out. Make sure you got your to-dos, the things you got to get done. We all got to get that stuff done, but make sure you've got the stuff at the top that's taking you somewhere bigger, somewhere more important, somewhere deeper, something more valuable to you, something that's going to really fulfill you. And make sure that there's at least one thing on that to-do list that speaks to every one of those goals that you've got written down. So hopefully that helps. I'm gonna go get my ritual, routine, habit stuff on right now. I'm gonna go do some reading. My daily thing always consists of the reading, the studying, putting stuff in the brain, and then creating stuff to share with you guys. So I'm kind of doing that right now, but I'll also be creating probably a good dog tip, or a graphic or a post or something like that, and sharing that out. So I take stuff in, then I make sure I send stuff out, and then that's really kind of my morning routine. Make sure that I feed the brain, and then make sure that I share a bunch of stuff that feels important and valuable for me to share with everybody else, and keep that good stuff moving forward, and keep rolling that snowball of goodness if possible. So anyways, just want to check in with you guys. Love y'all. Hope you dig the hat. I kind of dig the hat. Can't wait for it to get colder so I can wear it more often and shake things up a little bit. I'll chat with you guys soon, and any comments or questions about habits, routines, rituals, discipline, any of that stuff, because discipline is a magic word, hit me up in the comments. We can chat about it. All right, take care.